What's up, my friends? Aloha, and thanks for coming back to the channel. If you're new, please like the video, please subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, comments, you just want to talk story, please write me an email, drop me a comment, find me on Instagram, on Facebook. I like to promote and encourage interactions and conversations between myself and the community and everyone. I think that's how we share ideas, that's how we grow, that's how we share knowledge and stuff, and I want this channel to be a source of unbiased and impartial information from the community and the collective to the community and collective through me, because I'm awesome. But yeah, anyway, we're going to be talking about the Suarez Street Comp today from Suarez Tactical on a clear and safe firearm. Of course, I have a range test on this guy. I'm going to link in the description and somewhere up here on the screen if we can do that. But in that range test, I'm going to be talking about a lot of the same things I'm talking about here today. It's just that some people like to see me shooting and talking and pretending like I know what I'm doing, and other people prefer this. So I'm trying to give some extra flavors for everyone to enjoy. But we're going to talk about the Suarez Street Comp. I'll tell you what it is, what it's supposed to do, I'll tell you what it actually does in my experience, and whether or not you should run out and try to grab one of these for yourself. But before we jump into that, if you folks are not sure what a compensator is, what it does, how it works, I will give you folks a oversimplified, not entirely accurate definition of a compensator, but one that'll hopefully get the idea across to you folks. We'll do a longer video sometime in the future where I'll really dive in and nerd out about compensators, their function, all that kind of stuff. But a compensator is a muzzle device that attaches to the end of your firearm, and you see it a lot in competitive shooting, high power rifles and stuff like that, and they have ports cut in them to vent the gases that follow your bullet as it leaves the barrel. There's usually ports cut on the top and the sides, and the ports on the top vent the gases up to help push the muzzle back down and keep your sights on target, and the ports on the side vent the gases out to the side and reduce the amount of recoil felt by the shooter. Because it reduces the forces imparted on the slide, on a recoil operated firearm like this Glock, most semi-automatic pistols, it reduces the amount of force the slide receives, and it makes it less reliable in cycling a wide range of ammunition. Usually you have to use reduced power springs. You got to kind of tune it for the specific load that you're shooting, and that's why it's used a lot in competition, and they see a big difference, very consistent, stuff like that. But your choices of ammo, your range of ammo that will reliably cycle in your firearm gets very small. That's with most compensators. The Suarez Street Comp is a carry compensator for the Glock 43 or the Glock 43X. It is threaded 1/2x28, so it will work for any barrel that has that thread pitch. It is cool because it doesn't need to have any type of reduced power spring or any aftermarket parts, doesn't need anything to cycle reliably. It's advertised on the website in the manual to just run with your stock gun. But they tell you have to run 124 grain plus P or 147 grain plus P for it to work. We'll talk about that later. But this compensator attaches to the barrel via set screws and this notch that encapsulates the barrel. And that's pretty cool. Because it uses set screws, this installation is semi-permanent. And that's pretty standard with any compensator that uses set screws. And the reason is because if you keep tightening down the screws and taking them off and doing all that kind of stuff, you could damage the thread. So if you do decide to scoop this guy up and you put it on your firearm, kind of plan for it to be there for the long run. Although you are able to take this off if you decide you're not into it, or it's dumb, or you just don't like it, you can take it off. But again, it's not supposed to be like put on, take it off, put on, and take it off. The overall length of the 43X slide with the compensator is the same overall length as the Glock 48 slide, and that's cool because for me, that meant I was able to use the same holsters. This is my Safariland ALS holster. I can use the same holsters. Everything's the same. I don't have to go out and buy new gear. That's pretty awesome. The Suarez Street Comp on the Glock 43X slide is about 1 ounce and some change. I think it was like 1.25 ounces lighter than the Glock 48 slide by itself. So in case you're worried about weight and you gotta know all that kind of stuff, that's where that's at there. So the Suarez Street Comp is supposed to just make you a beast behind the trigger. This guy is supposed to be used on an EDC, just keep your barrel nice and flat while you're shooting, tame the recoil of the 9mm because it's so like stout and so hard to deal with, and just like send a firestorm of bullets at whatever extremist zombie terrorist comes out of the shadows while you're at Bed Bath & Beyond with your family. Just have groups just like pop, 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 pop. That's what it's supposed to do. Does it actually do that? So truth be told, guys, honesty time, I'm not a ultra high level competitive shooter. I'm not some SEAL Team 6 super operator. I'm probably a lot better than all you guys watching the video, right? But I did not see that much of a difference with the Street Comp attached to my 43X versus the 48. What I will say is with the 124 grain plus P, I did feel like the snappiness was a little bit reduced, and that it did stay a little bit flatter, but it wasn't, it's not like, oh, it's, you know, or anything like that. It was very slight. I think if you are a high level shooter, if you're really in tune, if you're down with your fundamentals, you know, you're high level, you're gonna definitely see you know, something from this for sure. Are you gonna see as much as with like a bigger compensator? Probably not, but that's the trade-off, right? That's the plus and the minus, the pro and the con with this guy. It's small, it fits in, you know, your regular holsters. It's not some big old compensator sitting out there, but it's, you know, it's not gonna work as well. Generally with compensators, the hotter your load is, the more of an effect the compensator is gonna have because there's more gas being vented. And again, it's 9mm, so to begin with, in my opinion, it's going to be, you know, kind of slight to begin with. But if you are an expert John Wick type guy, you're probably going to see some sort of effect that you're into. Would I recommend putting this on your EDC? No. I don't really think that you should modify your carry guns past your sights. They come from the factory, they go bang, they're good. You don't really want to like throw anything crazy on there that's going to make it not go bang when you need it to. But the Suarez Street Comp has been completely reliable for me. At the range test, I shot 124 grain plus P, 147 grain plus P, which is what they say it'll work reliably with. Also shot doo-doo range ammo, 115 grain blazer brass, and I did not have an issue at all. So that was something cool. Something to note before I wrap this guy up. I am a nerd and I have to know like every little thing. So what I found kind of disconcerting was that the manual, there was nothing I could find to tell me how much space to put between the Street Comp and my muzzle. It's going to vary depending on what type of threaded barrel you use. I have an agency arms barrel and I have about a 1/16 inch of space between the compensator and my muzzle. It's going to vary. So what I'm going to tell you folks is, if you decide to pick this guy up, just make sure that when your slide comes forward, it's not bashing against the back of the compensator. But there's nothing to tell you, you know, how far to set it or anything like that. And that's really the only thing that I have to say about this compensator that's a bad thing. For 40 bucks, 45 bucks, you can get this MP3 finish. It's a black nitride one that's cheaper. So this doesn't break the bank. It's like, you know, an expensive lunch or something. Would I recommend this guy? Yeah, if you're looking for something cool, if you're looking for something different to throw on your gun, go ahead and scoop it up. Like I said, is it gonna turn you into John Wick? No, it's not. But it does look cool. It is reliable. Go ahead and scoop one up if you want something to look cool, something different, a little roll-in special on your 43 or 43X. And this is, again, the Suarez Street Comp from Suarez Tactical. Check out the range test. Maybe I'll see some things on there that I didn't see in this video. I don't know, that was a little while ago, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.